Hello humans, it's just Martine and welcome to the first vlog of Chaostober 2025. Chaostober is a month-long reading challenge to cause some chaos in October. It was created originally by my friend Danielle over at Danielle Reads. She has opened it up to the public this year. I'm super jazzed about it. The main thing behind Chaostober is to pick something to commit to do all month long. So in my reading life, my Chaostober goal this year is to focus on 12 TBR's books. Every holiday season, I put together 12 videos that are 12 secret TBRs that I've been reading throughout the year. It's a lot. And this year, I've chosen some really unhinged ideas, as I always do. But I feel like, yeah, I don't know. There's something about me from earlier this year that was just a bit much. Regardless, I am now trying to read through those TBRs right now. And if that wasn't unhinged enough, I have like 36 books that I think in my head I'm going to read this month for Chaostober, which is not accurate. That's not going to happen. But that is the goal, regardless, because as my major professor likes to remind me, we should have big goals. If we know we'll accomplish all of them, it's just a to-do list. So my goal for Chaostober, 36 books. Some of them I've already started. Most of them I have not. And those 36 books will finish 6 of my videos that are in progress, along with my next round of TBR crime. Now, I am not breaking the rules. I am only reading 12 TBR's books. I am considering my TBR crime books 12 TBR's books, and you're just gonna have to see why when 12 TBR's happens. But I promise, it counts. If I finish those 6 videos plus my TBR crime video, it will actually put me in a really good position to only have 3 12 TBR's videos left to read for, and those 3 are a little more complicated, hence why I don't plan on finishing them this month. But 36 books is plenty to think about. Again, that won't happen. I calculated it, and page-wise, it would mean reading over 400 pages a day, which is just not what I do. And it's especially not what I'm going to be doing in October, because I am putting the chaos in Chaostober. I'm actually trying to do a lot of work on my dissertation in the month of October. I emailed my committee to try and set my proposal date for the last week of October, and I'm nowhere near ready for that. So like, these vlogs are going to have reading content, they're going to have school content, they're going to have existential dread content, maybe? But regardless, it's going to be a fun, chaotic time. And I honestly think the spirit of Chaostober is going to push me through all of the things that I have to do in the month of October. Because if I view it through the lens of this is chaos and it's supposed to be, that's a lot better for my brain than this is chaos and I did not want it to be. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Okay, that said, there are 2 days left in September. It's Monday, October starts on Wednesday, so Chaostober has not officially started, but I wanted to come and intro this vlog, say, hey, Chaostober is going to be a wild one this year, and also I've already finished the books that I need to finish before Chaostober starts. So like the books that I'm reading are for 12 TBRs, so it kind of counts anyway. We're just doing a full week for this vlog. I'm going to try to do weekly vlogs for Chaostober, and we'll see what happens, because my vlogging game has been off lately. Just bad. And lately is kind of an understatement because I don't know, it's been over a year since that's been happening. Regardless, I'm gonna go get my run in for today and then settle in for an evening of reading and talking to friends and general to prepare for tomorrow. And I'll keep you updated about all the goings on. Happy Tuesday. It's bright and early Tuesday morning, just past 8 a.m. And I've been working on doing most of my habits for the day because I feel like usually I do most of my habits at night, but on Tuesdays I have choir from 6:30 to 8:30, and then I have to walk all the way back to my apartment, which takes a while. It's like a mile-long walk. So then I get here and I get ready for bed, and that's all I have in me for the day, and I don't want to have to force myself to stay awake to do my habits. And I always do, like I manage to get them done, but it's just better since I have a little time this morning to work through them. So like I just worked on journaling and I did my Duolingo this morning. And what else? I'm working on giving myself my 8 hugs for the day. That's another one down. I also managed to film a review just a couple minutes ago, the last time the air was cycled off, because I'm really, really behind on filming reviews, which I've obviously got to be careful of going into October, because if the plan is to read all these books that need reviews, then like going in already with this intense backlog is kind of a choice. Regardless, we're going to take things one at a time and try to handle it from there. So I filmed a TBR crime review this morning and deleted it from my list. At least the new thing that I'm doing since I have this backlog is like writing notes about what I want to talk about in my reviews so that I don't forget by the time I go to film it, which is helpful and is nice because then I get to like organize my thoughts before I say something to the camera. And that just cuts out a lot of my filming time where I'm standing there going like, so that's helpful. But the plan today, fairly simple. It's a very busy day for me. I want to leave here shortly-ish. I need to get some breakfast in me, scrounge out a lunch to pack, and then I'll be headed over to the lab. I'm mainly going to be in the lab so that I have a quiet place to work that is not my apartment. I've been really trying for the past week or so to get myself out of the apartment to work by 9 a.m. because the morning is my best brain time, and if I'm in here, like I'll take the slowest morning possible and miss my best time, which some days is warranted, but I can't be doing that every day. So I've been getting myself out the door. So I'll go to the lab, I'll work on my dissertation first, and then if I have no more dissertation energy, I have plenty of other things that I need to get done. So we'll work through that until just before 2 p.m. because I have my first group therapy session of the semester this afternoon. So that should be interesting. And then after that, I'll come back here. I might try to fit a run in. I can't fit in my long run, which is what I'm supposed to do today. There's no way I can run 4 miles in the amount of time that I will have, but I would like to do a run and then make myself dinner and then head over to choir. I don't know when I think I'll be reading. I've read a couple pages this morning, but it is what it is. And most importantly, I will remember after 8 p.m. has struck to text 21523 the name Robert 10 times to vote for Robert Irwin on Dancing with the Stars, even though I cannot watch it live tonight. So that's the plan. Let's get grooving. I'm here in the lab and it's almost 9:50, but I still haven't gotten actual work done on my dissertation because the statistics software that I use, my license was expiring today, and the school finally sent me a code to like reactivate the license or have a new license. And I just tried troubleshooting for 50 minutes and I cannot get the new license to work, no matter what I do. So now I'm frustrated and haven't made progress. The statistics software won today, and I can just picture it. Tomorrow I'm going to go to class, and my students are going to all have the same issue where they can't get it to work, and I'm going to be like, I don't know what to tell you. I can't get it to work either, but I still have to teach you to use it today. So just follow along with the PowerPoint. So bad start to the day. But that does not mean it will be a bad day. We're going to get down to work now and make progress, and it will be grand. So let's get writing. Okay, it's just before noon and I got some good writing done. I think I actually finished my draft of the literature review, which I told my professor, like, hey, when I send you this, I'm going to need you to tell me where to say more things because my brain's just kind of going. And the good news is, looking back on it, like I read through the whole thing after I finished it, and it was more cohesive than I thought it would be, and like less repetitive than I thought it would be, which is good. Right now, I think I'm probably going to go make lunch. I brought microwavable mac and cheese as my option today. Here she is. So I have to go find a microwave. I know where there are some, but preferably a microwave that is next to a sink so that I can drain this, because it says not to drain it, but like it's too much water. And then when I come back here, I think what I need to do is I need to work on my IRB and like my official dissertation proposal form, because that's also some information that I said that I would get to my major professor at the end of this week. And tomorrow I'm teaching, so like that's basically my day gone. Thursday morning is a bust. I have therapy and meetings and stuff, and morning is my best brain time. Friday it's due to her in the morning so that she can look at it. So this is my main opportunity to lock in and get some of these things cleared out of the way. I'm gonna go make lunch and then get back to it until I have therapy. I'm feeling better than I did when I last checked in with you about the statistics software, but still annoyed because I had to email our tech support to be like, hey, this isn't working. And they asked me for some information, so I sent it. And I'm just worried about losing access to this because it's the statistics software that I use most often. And also, again, I'm teaching how to use it tomorrow. And I don't actually use it to teach how to use it. I use a PowerPoint, but still. So that like low level frustration is in the back of my mind like a fever, but I am feeling better than I did earlier when I hadn't accomplished anything yet for the day and instead was just fighting with technology. So I'll take it. Hello from my kitchen floor. It's past 9 p.m. and I've got stuff to update you on. First of all, choir was good. I was really not feeling it when I got there because I did end up fitting in my long run today. So I ran 4 miles and then I still had to walk a mile to choir and I was spent and honestly just not feeling my best because like my tummy's been weird the past couple days. Anyway, I did my run, barely survived because for some reason the gym in my building felt like it was a sauna today. It's because it was actually sunny today instead of raining all day. This is one of like 2 days in the past month and a half that it has not rained, and I appreciate it, but it did just make that gym really warm because it's like all windows, and so the sun was beating down on it and the AC was not doing its job. I sweated to death when I did my run and then got back here, took a shower, ate a quick dinner, didn't eat much, honestly. I'm about to eat more because my tummy was feeling weird. Then walked a mile to choir, felt dead on my feet, got told I looked like I was going to fall flat on my face, but eventually got into it and had a good time, and then walked the mile back here. And because I had nothing better to do on my walk, I was checking my email on the walk, and the tech store had replied to me about the statistics software. So I tried what they said, but that didn't work. And then I saw that I had another email because this lab that I teach with this statistics software, it's part of a standardized course. And there's like one professor who's in charge of all of the courses because it's standardized. And he sent out a message about updating this software. And I noticed that in his explanation of what to do, there were 2 key options, one for version 29 of the software and one for version 30. And I looked at them and I said, I need to double check this, but the one for version 30, I think that's the one they gave me, but I have version 29. And so I tried the code for version 29 and knock on wood, but it seems like my license actually updated. So that our fight earlier was because the one that they emailed directly to me was the wrong code. Hooray. So glad about that. But I am glad that it's fixed and I'll have this exact same problem this time next year. Super stoked about it. Regardless, we're just a couple hours away from Chaostober actually starting. And I also forgot to mention that yesterday I did finish one of my 12 TBR's books. So I finished that book, which is for a video that has 12 books. I think that's the third book that I've read for that video. And you can probably guess what that video is based on the fact that it has 12 books. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you won't guess it. So I did finish that yesterday, which is good. One less book to try and finish in October. And then I still have like 30 minutes left of the book that I wanted to finish before Chaostober started. It will still count as a 12 TBR's book, but I just didn't plan on reading it. And I still have like 26 minutes left of that, and I'm really tired, and so I'm going to try to make that happen, but I honestly don't know because I still have to like get ready for bed. I really need to eat some more because I'm hungry, so who knows. And I must go to bed at a reasonable-ish time tonight because I have to get up tomorrow morning and go teach, and my commute is like pretty long to get to where I have to teach. The good news about that commute is I get to read the whole time. So I'm on a bus for like an hour and I'll be reading during that, which is good for Chaostober. Bad for my school to-do list, but you can't have it all. Also, I did make sure to vote for Robert 10 times for Dancing with the Stars. Who knows when I'll get to watch the episode, but I'm excited. Hopefully tomorrow, but we'll see. I'm gonna have a snack and go to bed, and I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday evening. Do not believe my calm-looking running clip. Instead, you can trust my tomato red face, the fact that my glasses are fogging up inside when I tell you that was a rough run. But overall, I've had a pretty good day. I had to commute over to where I'm teaching lab this semester, so I read on the ride over and then taught, had office hours. Was a little sad after teaching because my students were like zero energy, not paying attention, just blah today, which like I get, but also sad. Then I had office hours and I smashed out some work for my dissertation, so very happy about that. And then I had a meeting that I felt two types of ways about, because on the one hand, I felt very complimented, like my hard work was being noticed. On the other hand, that meant I was assigned more tasks because they were like, we like how you've done this in the past, so please do this now. So that's added on to the list of work, which is fine. And then I came back here and went on my run. I usually don't run outside. Can't remember the last time I ran outside. But based on how warm the gym was yesterday around this same time, I was like, there's a breeze outside today. There are some clouds, so I'm going running outside. And I am not yet good at running outside. It feels fundamentally different from running on a treadmill. Like biomechanically different. So that was rough. But I'm going to have some dinner and watch Dancing with the Stars. And it's going to be a good evening. I'm going to be having some leftover black beans as black bean tacos tonight for dinner. So I'm just going to heat these up in the microwave. Oh, I also forgot to say, since it's the first of the month, happy Chaostober to everyone who celebrates. Also, since it's the first day of the month, Amazon First Reads are out. So I'm going to pick mine. I actually, spoiler alert, just looked at them before I started filming this clip. And we get 2 this month, which usually we get 2, but one is the short story and then one is a book. This time we just get to pick 2. So obviously I'm not wasting one of those on the short story. I'm getting 2 full books to add to my Kindle library because I'm a problem. But I'm going with 2 that have not similar vibes, but like they're just more of what I've been in the mood for recently. The first is More Than Nothing by Sophie Hamilton, which is a small town romance, which involves like a police chief and a crime ring and something. I don't know anything about Ozark, but reviews say that it's like a cross between Ozark and Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score. And I did have fun with that series. So, and then I'm choosing Chasing Stardust, even though I know frightfully little about David Bowie or his music. And this involves David Bowie because it's about this girl who's going to spread ashes. And she's specifically going along the path that her grandma followed when she was following David Bowie's tour because she was a groupie. But then she breaks down along the way and she meets this guy and he offers to bring her the rest of the way. And so this one is about like grief and learning about who your parents are as people, finding yourself, falling in love. Sounds fun. I'm going to get those two for my first reads. And without further ado, time to eat some tacos and watch Dancing with the Stars. Thursday morning, and I'm glad I was productive earlier this week because I am feeling zapped, which, to be fair, normally in the morning this week I've been feeling zapped. Like, mornings have not been feeling good this week, which is fine. So saying it in the morning, hopefully I'll have more energy later, but not feeling my best this morning. So grateful to my past self. That said, still a lot on the list to do. Last night I did indeed enjoy a nice relaxing night where I watched Dancing with the Stars. The elimination was a bit shocking, won't lie. I also read. I have 2 pretty large physical books still left to read for 12 TBRs, and those are definitely like priorities this month. And so I was working on one of them last night. It is slow going, especially because the text on the pages is, I think, the smallest text I've ever tried to read in a book. There are parts that get even smaller for a specific reason. And so I was just having a lot of trouble with that because my eyeballs already don't work great. And then I was like holding it like this because you might remember, where is it? I am more of a large print girly. This is what I keep my Kindle at. Okay. So tiny, tiny words actually hurt my eyeballs. So I'm scared about how many pages of text that small I have to read, but at least I'm making progress. I've read a couple of minutes this morning, but was feeling really sleepy in bed, and again, just haven't been feeling my best. So I honestly spent some time watching YouTube today. Pretty jam-packed day. I have therapy this morning. I think that will be good. I have brown bag with everybody in my program, so I'll hear another student talk about the research. I'm excited because she's one of the younger students and I haven't heard her really talk about independent research much, so I'm excited to hear what she's up to. And then I have a writing session with my major professor and some of my classmates, which will be helpful to focus on some of the projects I've been ignoring the rest of this week. The rest of the day is a little up in the air. It will depend on my energy levels. After that writing session, I usually go to Zumba on Thursday nights. We will really have to see how I feel if I'm not feeling my best. I will not force myself to do Zumba, but we will see. And hopefully we'll get some reading in at some point. Anyway, let's get going. Happy Friday from the lab, where I've been having a grading party this morning. But even though I didn't fill out all my check boxes, I did actually accomplish everything, which is great. I only had 12 papers to grade, so it wasn't like terrible or anything. But it was my goal for the day. So goal accomplished. And I did think it would take longer than it did. So hooray for that. That I feel like very rarely happens with grading papers. I feel like it almost always takes longer than I think it will instead of shorter. Well, maybe that's not true. I have this really special ability to overestimate how long something will take. I prefer that ability to the norm, which is underestimating how long everything will take. Anyway, yesterday, let's see, I did have a good rest night yesterday. I like danced a little in my room, but didn't do anything cuckoo bananas crazy. And then I had a chill evening with some YouTube watching and some book reading. And for my book with really small words on the page, I ended up getting the audiobook so that I can immersion read, because even though the words are still small on the page, how to describe this? If I'm also listening to the audiobook, my eyes can work less hard because my brain can fill in some of the things that I can't see as clearly with what I'm hearing. So it's easier on my eyes. I wanted to get the ebook, but I'm stuck in Kindle jail right now, so I can't. But the immersion reading is actually working a lot better than I thought it would. So excited about that. I have not read anything yet today, but I did finish a book yesterday, actually. One of my faster books, but still, it's another book down. I think technically, is this the first one that I've actually finished in October? Yes, it is. So my first book of Chaostober is done. Hooray. And my primary goal this weekend is to work on the books that are keeping me in Kindle jail, because a lot of the books that I need are outside of Kindle jail right now. So I also need to be outside of Kindle jail so that I can read all of them. The problem is both of the books keeping me in Kindle jail right now are slower and longer. Not like super long, not like 700 pages or anything, but one's 500 pages, one is over 400. So like long for me, and also relatively slow. Like one's a historical fiction and one's a sci-fi, but it's, I don't know, it's reading a bit slow for me. So that is the problem. Those will be my main reading focuses this weekend. Speaking of which, I'm officially going to say it's the weekend. I'm not going to exit out of Teams yet, because I'm waiting for one of my research assistants to send me something so that I can send it to someone else later today. But aside from that, I'm going to say I did good work this morning, grading stuff. I could always do more, but I could always rest more. And I think that's going to be the choice today. So back to the apartment I go. Happy Saturday! I'm here with a little grocery haul because usually on Saturday mornings I do what I almost called it Laundry Olympics because I had to do Laundry Olympics in undergrad. That is not true. On Saturday mornings I like to do Grocery Olympics, where I go to multiple grocery stores, get everything I need for the week. But thanks to myself, yesterday afternoon, I only had to go to one store this morning because I went to the other store yesterday. So yesterday at Publix, I'll tell you what I got. I got 2 of these huge bowls of pineapple because they were buy one, get one free. That was such a steal to me. And then for snacking throughout the week, I got popcorn. Now on to the Aldi haul. Oh, I spent about $15 at Publix yesterday. And then this morning I spent around $40 at Aldi. I got a Gatorade as my treat to help rehydrate me on my walk back and afterwards. It's like 1.5 miles there, 1.5 back. To add to my snack stash, I got these barbecue baked chips to try, hoping I like them. I got raw whole cashews. I use this to make cashew cream pizza, which is delicious, and I am now out of cashews, so I needed some. That was one of the 2 things on my actual list. Every week I make a list of like, oh my gosh, you're out of this, you need to buy it. And then other than that, I see what basics are on sale and stuff to stock up. Speaking of which, I got 2 bags of pasta to add to my stash, 1 rotini, 1 penne. I think I have 1 of each left. For produce, I got snap peas and green beans, partially as a fall vibe October treat, partially for some quick protein. I got pumpkin seeds. I got 2 cans of black beans. Aldi has the best black bean prices that I've found. Each of these was like 79 cents. They used to be 85 cents, but they've gone down even further. So that's great. I only got 2 this time because I have a little stockpile growing in my cabinet, and now I feel like safe to just replace the number that I ate the week before. So I only ate 2 cans last week, so I bought 2 cans. For another fall treat, I got these maple cookies. Grew up eating these, love them. Yay, Canada vibes. I got these pretzel and cheese snack packs. I've been loving throwing these in my lunchbox on days of the week when I have to pack a lunch or even just pack a snack. So I got more of those. I got more of their spicy guacamole single packs. I think their guacamole is top tier. I also got strawberry fruit strips. This is usually a quick sugar boost snack, or I bring this with me if my run is like longer than 30 minutes and I'm almost out of these. So this was the second thing actually on my list. And I believe that's it. So that's the haul. I have a bunch of other stuff that I need here. Like I still have almond milk and pasta sauce and all of those things. So this was like some things that I need and some things for fun. Right now, I'm going to put this all away and then take a shower and get into some pajamas because I'm going to be doing like a slumber party all day with some of my friends over on Zoom. So I need to get ready for that. I'm super excited. We're just gonna play games and chat and read, and it's gonna be a relaxing Saturday. I thought of something else. I keep turning off the camera and then realizing I have more to say, which is that one of the 2 books that's keeping me in Kindle jail, I'm pretty sure I can get it back from the library, like whenever I need it. So I'm just focusing on the one that I would have to put a hold back on. But I still have like 7.5 hours of that. So I won't finish that today realistically, but hopefully by the end of the weekend. That's the goal I'm setting. It's just past 4:30 p.m. and we are still sprinting, hanging out. I've been making lots of good reading progress, and then for the last sprint and a half, I was working on editing tomorrow's video, which was my Start a Book a Day September vlog, and it's shorter than I thought it would be, and like potentially not as interesting. I don't know. It's hard when I'm editing videos. I'm like, ew, did I film enough for this or enough of the right stuff for this? And that's kind of hard because as much as you can have a plan going into a vlog, it's also just like not quite the same as a sit down video where you know exactly what's going to happen. You can have a plan for a way that things will happen or a plan for how and when you're going to update things, but those plans don't always pan out. And sometimes you're left with footage and you're like, is this even worth somebody watching? I usually just put it out into the world anyway, because why not? Not everything I make has to be great. And I think I've gotten a lot better at making videos by being willing to share even when things are not great and just continuing the creative process. So that's what we're doing. And right now I'm getting started on making dinner because I want to be eating like just past 5 p.m. Hoping to make some vegan Alfredo tonight because that's what I really feel like eating, and I can have some leftover Brussels sprouts with that, which will be good. It's kind of an involved process, not terribly involved, but like harder than warming up pizza rolls, for instance. So like right now I'm boiling the water so that I can make the pasta, and then I have to make the sauce. So that's the plan for the next couple of sprints, and then I'll get back to reading. It would be absolutely incredible if I could finish the book I'm focusing on tonight so that I could be done with it. I'm enjoying it. I just want it to be over. I don't know if that's gonna happen because I still have like a little over 3 hours left of it. So we will have to see. But I have made incredible progress today because I had over 7 hours left of it. I've decreased that amount substantially. So I'm pleased with that, but there's still quite a bit to go. So we'll see. I also have to do my laundry tonight, but I'm going to wait to change into my fresh pajamas until after I eat food so that I don't drop food all over fresh pajamas because that has been known to happen to me. Back to it. If anyone is wondering, I do have a weird obsession with having Alfredo with penne pasta instead of like fettuccine. I don't know why, but it hits. It's time for a time jump scare because it's actually Monday morning. I just straight up didn't update you yesterday. So let's go back. Saturday night, I did not end up finishing my book, but I got to like less than 2 hours left of it, which was incredible progress for one day. And I just had a ton of fun with my friends. We ended up playing some games, had a good time. And then yesterday, I ended up finishing that book. Hooray. And then doing a lot of other stuff. I talked to family, I talked to friends, I went on a run, did my laundry, prepped myself for the week. That's all you missed. To wrap up this first week of Chaostober, I have 3 less books to read now. I finished 3 books out of 36. Math is not mathing about that being on track. Not on track. That's fine. We are making progress. That's what matters. So make sure you tune in to the next episode of the Chaostober vlogs so you can see how much progress I make in the first full week of the challenge. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up and comment down below. If you've made it this far, why don't you leave a little leaf emoji to celebrate fall, and subscribe for more bookish and college lifestyle content. And until next time, bye humans, bye.